My first encounter with Julia Peterkin was Roll Jordan Roll. Beautiful photographs, and it was Julia Peterkin's commentary that interested me, thinking all the time that she was a black woman.
The Peterkin story is a fascinating and phenomenal story because she is white.
They were interested in this woman, with this postmark Fort Mott, South Carolina, sending in these alarming, startling tales. No one had ever done that before.
She seemed like an incredibly unlikely candidate for this kind of accomplishment. A white woman who lived in privilege, who owned a plantation.
When she came to Lang Syne, it was almost like stepping back in time for her. Everything stood still.
I got myself a concert grand piano so I could cheat the stillness of things.
She started taking a correspondence course to write popular fiction.
She wrote about the black people that lived on the plantation realistically. And the people in her own community wanted to have rose-colored glasses on about that. They didn't want to know the truth.
Evidently, I have made a social breach.
Julia Peterkin's Green Thursday is a beautiful book. She is a Southern white woman, but she has the eye and the ear to see beauty and know truth.
Shine, shine. For days I've sat and worked on my book about my best black friend. The publishers called the book Scarlet Sister Mary. I wanted her to shine on the pages, bold and black and fearless and tender.
She talks a lot about, in her writing, the strength of Mary. Her husband left her and she had these children, but she held her head up high. Miss Julia talks about how pretty she was and how strong a person she was, her character.
For Julia Peterkin to win a Pulitzer, she was writing about people that ostensibly nobody wanted to hear about.
Scarlet Sister Mary sold over 1 million copies, and that's very impressive.
Almost as soon as she started writing, Peterkin started having a double life. She was going to New York, she was running in literary circles.
It's the age of the Harlem Renaissance, the flowering of black culture. She was surrounded by the most progressive people in America.
Here was New York glamour and Hollywood glamour coming to pay court. She wanted it all. She wanted it all, and you can't blame her for that.
Life is full of good things, but to me the supreme pleasure is to talk with the people who interest me. Dear Carl Sandburg, my new manuscript, a novel, is done. 'Twas dreadful drudgery and keen pleasure.
It's the book that's most about the kind of social change only hinted at in Black April and Scarlet Sister Mary, and that is the breakdown of this society. The steamship comes up the river bringing Coca-Cola, factory-made hats and clothing, and people know that that stuff comes from somewhere, and they want to go to that somewhere.
There is a duality because Julia Peterkin was living a life that she really had no right to live.
She was either going to have to do something different or she was going to have to stay back at Lang Syne. But her characters crossed over. They literally went to New York and they literally became timeless.
She said, I'm going to put it on the page like I see it, and you're not going to be able to argue with me about how seriously beautiful or seriously amazing or seriously fierce these survivors are.
She could open incredible doors and show the world these remarkable things, but she couldn't go through those doors herself.